I have 4 super cozy slipper cards for you today using an add-on to the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month for October 2024. This add-on is so super cute, and I'm also going to make one card from the original club kit. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome to my channel. This is the original club kit, which is still available to purchase right now. You can just go in and buy it. It's from the past club kits, and it's so cute. It's very Christmassy, holiday. I love it. And then here is the add-on. You guys know this is a shark, and you know me, I do Shark Week. Then we have a frog, a monster, a unicorn, and a cow. So I'm going to do 3 of those, and then, like I said, one from the original die set. Now, today is November 1st that this is going out. This is available for early access for club members. And then on November 6th, this is available to everyone. That's from what I understand. So if that's a little bit different when you go in to buy it, please don't hold me to it. That's what I understand how the release is going to go. Okay, so this is the first one. We are going to do the reindeer. So this is from the original die set for the October 2024 Large Die of the Month. You can still go buy this. You just go to, I will have it linked for you guys down in the description. But if you, for some reason, were on their website, you would just look under past club kits. I have die cut everything from colored cardstock and patterned paper. So this little guy is die cut from Acorn and Fawn, and then Pomegranate for the nose. The ears and the antlers are Fawn cardstock. Then I have Fern for the base of the slippers themselves. So the base, the slippers, the legs, all of that part is from the original die set. The Cozy Toes Friends add-on is just these cute little faces. So you're going to need to die cut everything twice because you have 2 feet, of course. And I'm only saying that because I started die cutting everything once and I'm not sure what I was even thinking. So again, these are so cute. And I tried to theme like the pants and the background to what each of the little characters are. So for this Rudolph one here, I decided to go with greens in a fun Christmassy way, and I used gingham patterned paper, ginghams from scrapbook.com for the pants, and then for the background I used from the holiday patterned paper. And I brought in a little bit of pink, and it was really, really cute. Now, from the original die set from this one, there's also a sentiment that you can die cut that says warm and cozy wishes. I am going to use that for this one here. This little piece here that goes back for the eyes also die cuts the same piece for the bottom like sole of the shoes. So that's what I'm using here. I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue and slide my cute little slippers onto this. I hope they do more add-ons because could you imagine all the different fun things? So in the original Large Die of the Month, you have Santa, a reindeer, a penguin, and I believe a bunny, and then fun little monster toes for like monster slippers, which I know that my daughter would have totally loved because she had some just like that, and she loved to wear them all the time. Okay, so how cute are those? Okay, we're going to put those aside. We will get all the backgrounds done after we get all of these legs done. I have die cut everything ahead of time. I just have them put in my little scrapbook.com containers, little stack and sort containers. Here is the shark one. Of course, I had to have this because of the sharks, because I do my Shark Week card event. These are perfect for that. So if you guys follow me for my Shark Week card event, you need to grab these because they're so darn cute. I've had them on my coffee table waiting for me to do my voiceover, and I just have stared at them for so long because they're so cute. Okay, so I used a darker blue. I used Oceanside for their slippers, and here I'm just going to show you the little pieces so you can see what they are. You've got his open mouth. You've got his little sharp little teeth. They're just so cute to me. His eyes are off to the side, so you're going to use a little bit of a different piece for that. I'm just going to use some little circles and put those behind, but here's I'm showing you just kind of where and what these pieces are. I did not do the frog or the monster. I was going to, but I was kind of running out of time that day. So I just did the three, the shark, the cow, and the unicorn. Just using some liquid glue and reverse tweezers and my Pick Pro tool to get everything in place. And these guys really do go together quickly. So I would just say, you know, sit back, relax, watch something and do your die cutting. And then they really do go together fast. So for the shark slippers, obviously I did the dark blue to kind of represent the ocean. And there is a fun sun-kissed patterned paper pad from scrapbook.com. And so the jammies for this are going to be crab jammies. There's little crabs on them. And the background is going to be a fun kind of minty color with palm trees. And so that's going to be my little theme for my sharks here. I'm going to add these little black circles. This is from Mixed Media Black Cardstock from scrapbook.com, along with any white is Mixed Media White Cardstock from scrapbook.com. So let's get these guys into place. They're so cute. If you guys are not part of any of the club kits from Spellbinders, I'm just saying you should. I've done their club kits for years now. I was doing their club kits before I was asked to be an influencer for them. So I love them. I think they're such a great deal. And look at something like this. They don't always have add-ons, but what a fun thing to have an add-on for. I just think they're so cute. Okay, let's get the soles to our slippers glued on here. And look at those little sharks. Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. And think about how you could use these little faces in other ways in cards. You don't have to put them on these slippers. They don't have to just be for slippers. You can use them for other things for sure. I think these would be cute to make little cupcake toppers with. All of these, that would be cute. Or on a little candy bag or treat bag, you could put these kind of things on there. I think that would be darling. Okay, then we have our unicorn here, which I thought was really cute. Oh, I totally forgot to mention, you guys, there is also a sentiment add-on for this. Tons of cute sentiments, and I did use those for these three cards here, not for the first one. So I'm just going to glue. This one's going to have purple slippers as the base. Look at that fun patterned paper for the legs for the jammies. That is from scrapbook.com's Enchanted paper pad. It really is kind of a Mickey Mouse and Disneyland type, which my daughter just is, you know, was the biggest Disney fan. And so it was sweet to be able to pull that out and use that on this card. And same for the background. I used it from that same paper pad. So I've die cut white and, oh, I forgot to write down what pink this was. I'll have everything listed for you guys below. I think I forgot to write down some of my colors of cardstock, but I will have everything listed and linked for you guys below in the description. I apologize for that. But just a nice little pink cardstock for the muzzle of the unicorn and then white for the rest of the face. Then we're going to do a pink, purple, and a light like aquamarine color for the hair, and it's just so cute. And then I did kind of this yellowy gold color for the horn of the unicorn. But I'm going to glue the ears on to that other little background piece, which is going to give you like the pink to the inside of the ears. And then you just glue the ears behind. You line it up at the top of the head, and then the ears stick out perfectly where they're supposed to go. So we're going to do that for both of these. I mean, aren't these just the cutest? What I love about these images too is they're just kind of round. And I think when you have like round critters, they're even cuter. Like even those sharks are cute. They're just so cute. I'm going to add some black behind the noses there. And then we can get their little faces on. How cute are they? And really, you could make this a regular horse. You don't even have to also make this a unicorn. It can be a regular horse, because you can do the mane and however you want that to be, and that would be really cute. This face and this muzzle are the same for the cow, but they have different ears because there's little horns for the cow, which I think is really, really cute. So I'm going to glue on the horn first, but I'm going to scooch that down a little bit, and then I can get their mane, or the little mane, onto these guys. And they die cut double on this. meaning not double. They have 2 die cuts because they're going to face in different directions, this hair, and it's going to go on different sides. So they have the die cuts for that. And the same thing with the cow and the little spots. They have that. They have 2 dies for that. So that makes it easy. You know exactly which side what goes on. So I'm going to pull out my little colored pieces here because I have a lot of them. And I'm going to glue on the pink and turquoise, or aquamarine, pink and aquamarine on there. And then that purple one is just left alone. So you're going to pick your kind of your base color that way. And then those other 2 little purple colors, that's going to go on the sides of them. I am so sorry. I think I must have had to go and grab something. And so I'm going to decide where I want the turquoise and the pink. I'm going to put the turquoise in the middle and then the pink at the bottom, because then you have the purple at the top. So I'm trying to decide what's going to go where, and I'm just going to grab those with my Pick Pro tool. I think it's faster and easier to do that. So we're just going to add some dots of glue, put those in place, and then this just adheres on the side of each of the unicorn, and it has a little like embossed line, so you know how far to line it up on the side of the head. So super helpful when you're putting stuff like this together. And I had that one on the wrong side. But how cute. Okay. So let me slide this over and add a little bit of glue. And there's a little spot. It also kind of lines up with the ear and the side of the head. So again, makes it super easy to get this put together. And how cute is that? Okay, we have one last one, which is our cows. So after we get these glued down, we're going to work on that, and then I will show you how I put these together. So super simple, just fun with the patterned paper, but you could do any kind of background. Of course, you could leave it white. You could do ink blending, stenciling, paste, foiling, all kinds of things. But I just opted for matching the patterned paper because I thought that would be a lot of fun. Here is the cow. So I went with red because of like a red barn, and I kind of went with that like checkered plaid just because of like flannel and things like that on farms. That's kind of what I went with for this, which I love, and I think it turned out really, really cute. I did a polka dot background, and I think it was from the bouquet patterned paper from scrapbook.com. So let's get our legs on here. I think they're so fun. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So for the cow, I did a white face. I did an alabaster muzzle. So it's a little bit of a cream color. And then I did acorn for the horns, a light pink for the ears, and then of course black for the spots and the eyes. So, and I was silly. I die cut the spots twice and realized, oh, I only needed it once because it die cuts for both sides. So here's that little muzzle. Then you have your spots, the horns, and the ears for the cow. And if that was too fast, just hit your little gear on YouTube and you can slow that down if you needed to see the exact pieces for that. You can slow it down or pause it and to be able to see what you're looking at. So I just grabbed a little scratch piece of black because I didn't die cut for the noses, but this totally works too. And so we have that darling muzzle. And then let's get that adhered. We have, again, the pink for the ears. We have the little horns. I'm going to do the ears, or excuse me, the horns first, and then I'm going to do the ears. So let's glue those. This is going to be open on the front so you can see that cute little pink inside. Let me get that last one. And then the same thing with the horns. You can see that they have a little curve at the top. You're just going to line it up with the back of the top of the head. How cute is that? And then the same thing for the cows. I'm just going to line that up, making sure everything's nice and straight. And look at how cute. But this little cow needs some spots. And again, you could make the cows different colors. They don't even have to be matchy-matchy. You could not have spots. You could make a brown cow or a black cow. Whatever it is you want to do, you can change it up how you want this to look. So like I mentioned, this die cuts for both cows, but it's going to be in the opposite side. So You only have to die cut using that die one time, which is just so cute. Let's get those spots on there. And then these cards are going to be A2 size cards, which all of those paper pads that I mentioned for the patterned paper are A2 size. I think you should be able to get all of them also in 6x8, but I have the A2 size. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so here are those sentiments. So for the cow, one says, I'll bring the cheese and an outfit with drawstrings. And I thought that was perfect for the cow. The one I did for the shark says, your birthday deserves the coziest kind of celebration. And then for the unicorn, I have wishing you a day of absolute comfort. I did 4 sentiments here because I forgot I was using the other sentiment from the original die of the month for October 2024. So that little square one there that I was messing with, I did not use that sentiment. I'm just going to ink these up with black ink, and I'm going to trim them out with my paper trimmer. It's nothing fancy, keeping it super simple. But I want to get a really good crisp black stamped image, so I have to do it a few times. I might need to re-ink my ink pad too. I'm going to add 1mm foam adhesive behind all of the legs of all of my slippers. This is that die, that sentiment die. You have the outside frame, you have the inside piece, that's the words that it's going to kind of emboss and die cut. And I die cut that from Fern cardstock, and then I'm just going to take the outside frame and die cut that from the red pomegranate cardstock, because I'm going to offset those just a little bit so I have the red and green. I felt like I wanted both of those. So the green has the sentiment part, the red does not. Okay, let's put these together. I'm going to glue that sentiment together again, just a little bit offset. And then look at that fun pink polka dot background. That's from the holiday patterned paper from scrapbook.com. And I'm just trying to figure out, I really wanted each of the legs to look different, like you're standing differently or your legs crossed differently or you're just standing. I just wanted to do something a little bit different for all of them, because it gives a little bit of character, like something's in motion, a little more interest, rather than just all of them being straight on, which there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I did not want all of them that way. So I'm just going to do a little bit of that. Again, I'm using 1mm foam adhesive, so very low profile. And I do 1mm foam adhesive behind the sentiments as well. And then I can just trim all of the excess off once I have everything adhered down where I need it to be. But how cute is that? And then I'm just going to place this sentiment right across the center. It's totally perfect. And this one again says warm and cozy wishes. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white pops of color at the end for all of these. How cute is that? Okay, let's grab our cute cow. I just thought the fun multicolored polka dot on the background was really playful. So that's why I chose that one for the cow. That is from the bouquet patterned paper, and the pajama pants are from the ginghams patterned paper. So we're going to cross these legs just a little bit. Again, just a little bit of foam adhesive. Let's just place this. I'm going to add one more little piece here at the top. And then I'm going to place that crossing over. And I'm just making sure at the top that the pant legs go kind of past my cardstock. That way you don't have a weird little edge that shouldn't be there. I had a little black smudge. So this one says, I'll bring the cheese and an outfit with drawstrings. Isn't that so cute and funny? I love cheese. I think cheese is so good. Okay, on to our shark one. Again, this patterned paper is from the Sun-Kissed patterned paper. And let me decide how I want to do the legs here. The sentiment I used is, your birthday deserves the coziest kind of celebration. So let's add our foam adhesive. So you can see really how quickly these cards do come together. I didn't pay attention to how much time this took me. I should have. I've been sick, so I just was trying to get through it. So, but once everything was die cut, I mean, die cut took longer, but once everything was die cut, these went together quick, like die cut, and you figured out your background and your paper, and it goes even quicker when you're using a pattern paper. I will get this right eventually. There we go. And then we can just pop that sentiment on as well. A little bit of that foam adhesive. So cute. And then let's do our last one. This is the little unicorn one. Look at that fun star background. So the pants and the background are from the Enchanted patterned paper, which is really a Disneyland and, you know, Mickey Mouse. It's just really pretty and cute, fun colors, and lots of fun things going on with that. I opted to make these guys stand straight since all the other ones are crossed or, you know, standing to one side, whatever it might be. But we're going to do straight on for this one. And these will be on, all of these will be on an A2 size white card base. And I just think you should grab these because these are just way too cute. So between the add-on and the original die set, I think there's 5 and 5. You get 10, I think it's 10. Don't hold me to it, please, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 total little different types of cozy slippers. I mean, that's a lot of fun dies in a die set. Oh my gosh, look at how cute they are. Okay, I'm going to grab some white pops of color and I'm going to do some dots, and then if you tap it, but you need to tap it gently. I tapped it really hard. I'm not even sure what I was thinking. So they turned out like really big dots. I don't hate it. And I don't think it ruined the card. I would have preferred them to not be as large. So give a gentle tap. What that does is the little point, it makes that go away. It makes them nice and round. So don't tap them as hard as I did. And then we'll be able to look at these up close here in just a second. Let me just add a few of those dots. Now I'm much lighter with my tapping. But I like just adding a little something extra to it. And the white just blends in with everything. And I didn't have to go pick 20 million colors. Okay, so here are the cards. This is from the original large die of the month from October 2024 from Spellbinders, the Cozy Toes Slippers die. And then here is the Cozy Toes Friends. These are 3 out of 5 of those. This darling cow is so cute. Of course, we have this cute little unicorn, which you could not make a unicorn. You could turn it into a horse if you wanted to. And then, of course, my favorite, the shark one. This is going to go perfect for Shark Week. I'm going to have to use these next year in my Shark Week card event. I just think these all turned out so, so cute. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed these projects. I hope you feel inspired by them. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Comment and like the videos. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.